Hello TLOZ and TLOZ. Welcome to my third video in my 3DS collecting series, I guess you could call it. Today I'm going to be doing my Nintendo 3DS favorites, so a lot of personal opinion is going into this. Not all of these everyone might enjoy, but all of these I enjoyed, so that's why I'm doing this. There's 26 games I put here. There's a lot of games I didn't put here. I'm just looking at it. It's probably around like 30 games I did not put in this, so these are the games that made the cut. I guess you could say this is my top 26, but it's in no particular order. So what I start with is not my favorite or my least favorite. There's no order. I'm ordering this by franchise, so it doesn't have any particular order. I will eventually do a top 10 3DS games in this series, but for now I just want to share my favorites, those 3DS games that I actually enjoyed. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to be going over games like I was in my previous videos, because that would take a long time. This video would probably be like 30 minutes long. So I will just skim over games, maybe talk about it for like 20 to 30 seconds, something like that. I might go off on a few games because, I kind of forget the schedule. But anyways, I'm wasting time here. Let's just get right into this video. Alright, this is for the Mario franchise, Super Mario first. I did this one in my Must Buys video. It's still amazing. Nothing has changed. It's not my favorite Mario game on 3DS actually, so let's just get this one over with. It's Super Mario 3D Land. This game is really good. Pick up play, 3D Mario gameplay with 2D Mario level design. Everyone knows it, everyone loves it. If you have a 3DS, you basically own this game. All the new power-ups, level design is so just lovely, and it's so much fun to just open your 3DS and start playing some Super Mario 3D Land. You can probably find this one for 10 to 15 bucks. Pretty cheap. On the eShop, it's probably 20 bucks. Next, for the Mario franchise, I also put in my Must Buys video, so I'm also going to skim over this one, and that is Mario Kart 7. Mario Kart is now evolving, now that you can use gliders and go underwater in first person, and I can customize your kart fully by having different wheels and all that, new power-ups like the Lucky 7, the Tanuki Suit, and the Fire Flower. All the level design is amazing. All the retro tracks like Airship Fortress, SNES Rainbow Road, they're all amazing. The new tracks as well. Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road is probably my second favorite. Shy Eye, Bazaar, Daisy Hills. I'm trying to remember some of these off the top of my head. It's been a while since I played this. But yeah, Mario Kart 7, you can probably find this one also for $10 to $15. eShop, probably $20. Mario Kart 7 is for sure one of the 3DS's best, in my opinion. Next for Mario, as you can see, is a 4-in-1, and that is with all of the Mario and Luigi games on 3DS. All of these are amazing. For those of you who don't know, Mario and Luigi is my favorite spin-off series in gaming. It is, it's so good. I would die to see this come back. Mario and Luigi. Sadly, as most of you know, Alpha Dream has gone bankrupt after this game, because this game is one of the worst selling Mario games, so I gotta stop blabbering about that. Let's talk about these amazing games. I talked about Paper Jam in my underrated 3DS games, so I'm gonna start with the first one that was on 3DS, and that is Mario and Luigi Dream Team. It's basically the successor to Bowser's Inside Story. I don't think it's better, but it took the 2D segments from Bowser's Inside Story and put it in like the little dream worlds. I love the Luigi dream attacks. Those were so memorable for me. I love just the characters. This came when, Mario started to get stale in terms of characters and story, and this Alpha Dream just said, no, I'm not going to do that. They had Intasma, they had all like the block people. There was so much personality in this game. The only thing that kind of brings us down is there's a bunch of tutorials that are unskippable, and it does kind of get boring. But if you just go through those, this game is honestly amazing. The boss fights, I love them. The music, everything about this game is amazing. Next that came out was Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Both of these games are mainlines. These two are remakes. Paper Jam, I talked about in a video. This game is Mario and Luigi, but this time Paper Mario joins you. And yes, this game sadly is stale in terms of new characters and story. There's basically no story besides paper versions come out of this storybook. There's no new characters. There's also papercraft battles and battle cards from at least Paper Mario's side of games. I actually really like the music in this game, at least for the battle themes, like the normal battle and the boss battle and the final battle. The gameplay as well, like the actual battles themselves with Paper Mario, are very fun. Trio attacks and trio moves, I love them. Paper Jam is for sure underrated, but it's also really just good. A lot more people should play this. Next that came out was Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minion. A remake of Superstar Saga for the GBA. I find this superior to the GBA version just because I prefer this over the GBA sprites. I think the GBA sprites are killing not outdated, but a little bit more outdated than this, apparently, at least to me. I know some people like the original better, but I just feel like this one's better. Superstar Saga itself now is the first Mario and Luigi. It started it all. Honestly, its story is pretty good for a Mario game. All the new characters like Cackletta, Fawful, they're all really good. I'm forgetting the prince's name. I can't remember the prince's name. I think it was Beasley. I'm not sure though. All the characters in this game are really good. The battles, the story where Peach's voice gets stolen. It's really good. It is really, really good. And for a first game in the series, some people say it's the favorite. It's not. It's personally not my favorite in the series, but it is so good. And also, this remake includes Minions quests, which kind of sucks, but it's a little side thing. You can probably see it for yourself. I have not tried it, but I heard it does. So next is Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser's Jr. Journey. Why does this exist? I have no idea, because Bowser's Inside Story on the DS is on the DS. You can play it on a 3DS. So why did they remake it on 3DS in 2019 instead of on the Switch? I honestly don't know why. This, I don't feel superior to the DS version. I think the DS sprites are better than the sprites in this game compared to the GBA sprites. Bowser's Inside Story itself, though, is so good. So basically, Mario and Luigi are inside of Bowser for the most part. And there's some segments where you can get outside. And Bowser is in the overworld. You keep switching between each other. Mario and Luigi are inside. They can control basically his stuff inside there. I don't really know what you call that, body parts that are inside, to make him do certain stuff, while Bowser's, just chilling in the inside. I'm pretty sure Bowser doesn't even know that Mario and Luigi are inside. I'm pretty sure it's Starlo that's telling Bowser like that there's someone else. But yeah, just Mario and Luigi and Bowser's Inside Story, the boss fights, the music, everything about this game is so good. And this remake includes Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Kind of sucks as well. It's basically just Bowser's minions again, but with Bowser Jr. But yeah, I gotta stop blabbering over this game. This game is one of Mario's finest. The DS version is also better, but this game is still one of Mario's finest games. You can probably find this for like around, I'd say 20 to 40. It's kind of a weird range. This one I see going for like 60 to 100, another weird range. This one I also see going for 60, and this one I see going for 100 now, which is kind of weird. But yeah, those are the Mario Luigi games on the 3DS. Moving on, Mario does not star in these games, but I do still consider them Mario games somewhat, and that is with the Luigi Mansions on 3DS. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and Luigi's Mansion on 3DS, which is this one's a remake. This one is the best one on 3DS. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is the sequel to this game on GameCube, and this came out later, which was a remake of the GameCube game. Talking about Dark Moon first, it's Luigi's Mansion, but for some reason, you're not in one mansion. It should be called Luigi's Mansions, because you start in the mansion, I think you go to like a grass part after, and then there's eventually like a mine or something, like the winter area. It's very weird, and it's level based. You go in and do a level, and then once you complete that level, they take you at the mansion. It's not free roam, not really free roam, but it's not like Luigi's Mansion. It's very level based. Bite-sized little missions for you to do. I still find it very enjoyable. I just think it's very enjoyable despite all its flaws compared to its next game and the game that came before it. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is still a really, really good game. I really enjoyed it. I felt like the controls were very good. Don't forget, this is the first game to have Scare Scraper, which is online basically. Scare Scraper is amazing. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, you can probably find this one for, I want to say $10 to $15 as well. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, though. Such a good game. And then coming after is the Luigi's Mansion remake. This game is way better than Dark Moon. I've already beaten both of these. I've beaten every Luigi's Mansion game. Man, this is not, I wouldn't say this is the best. The GameCube version is better than this version, but I have beat this version. This version is still really good. For Luigi's Mansion itself, you're in one big mansion. Luigi thought he won a mansion, but it turned out Mario also did the same thing, and it was a trick by King Boo. All the ghosts are so, I don't know, there's something about all the ghosts in this game that are so like cool to see. Like they all have personality. There's bosses in this game as well, like Boolossus is there, I see. There's other ones like the baby, I remember. And not only that, there's also boss ghosts, which are like in the mansion. Every room, I think almost every room has a boss ghost for you to fight. The final boss fight is also pretty good. I won't spoil anything about it. But this version also has more stuff like updated visuals, or you can also play with a friend with Luigi. This is the first time Luigi ever appeared. It was not Luigi's Mansion 3. But yeah, you can play with a friend despite it being very laggy. There's a bunch of other stuff in this remake. This one you can probably find for 40 to 60 bucks, I'd say. Luigi's Mansion, though, really good game. And that is it for the Luigi Mansions. Moving on, I used to consider these games Mario games, but I no longer count them as Mario games, and that is with the Wario franchise. And the only one, sadly, on 3DS is WarioWare Gold. Man, I am playing through this game right now, and let me tell you, it's the best Wario there. It's better than Get It Together, I'll tell you that. WarioWare Gold, there's 300 different micro games. All the categories, fantasy, that's life, intro games, and Nintendo, I'm pretty sure those are all sports as well. All those categories are really cool. There's different leagues for you to go through, the Mash League, the Touch League, the Twist League, and then eventually the Ultra League has the Blow mini games. The Blow ones are alright, The Blow ones are alright. Nothing really special there, but like the Twist ones, I love the Twist ones. Like especially the Nintendo ones are really cool. Like the Touch League, there's like a Tomadachi Life one. The Mash League also has some really good ones, but it's cool how you select your different leagues. So unless you do the Ultra League, you're not being thrown all at you. If you just prefer doing touch micro games, you go to the Touch League. If you prefer twisting your 3DS, then go to the Twist League. I honestly do a bunch of both, or all of them. But yeah, WarioWare Gold, also the story is pretty cool, how Wario stole this gold pot to get rich and then ended up hypnotizing him. WarioWare Gold, it also introduced Lulu as a new character right there. She returned and Get It Together, which is pretty cool as a playable character. WarioWare Gold, there's also a bunch of mini games for you to unlock and other just collectibles for you to unlock. And you also battle your friends in battle time. WarioWare Gold is so much value, so sad that it got overlooked by the Switch. You can probably find this one for $40 to $60, $40 on the eShop. Moving on to the Animal Crossing franchise, I've shown this in my must-buys video. It's Animal Crossing New Leaf. Animal Crossing New Leaf, I'm still going to go ahead with the price. $20, you can probably find this for same on the eShop, $20. Animal Crossing New Leaf, I'm skimming over this because I talked about it already in my last 2 videos. Amazing game. This is such a good game. Probably the best Animal Crossing game by far. It nails that Animal Crossing feel, which I feel New Horizons failed to capture. New Leaf, the music is amazing, the characters are amazing. There's actually more than 2 shops in this game. The characters, I love the shopping district. I love all the island, the feel in the game is just so amazing. Tortimer's Island is amazing. Everything amazing game. The Animal Crossing Puzzle League is like a little mini game. It's like kind of a game itself in this game. You can play with your friends as well online. Pretty sure this is the first time you can do online, which is crazy. Animal Crossing New Leaf will forever be in my heart. This game is so amazing. One of my favorite games of all time, I have to say. Alright, picking up the pace, we are going to the Zelda franchise, Legend of Zelda. And I'm going to start with the 3D games, and then I'll go to the 2D. So, that is with Ocarina of Time 3D and Majora's Mask 3D. Both are remakes of both amazing games. It kind of goes either way. It used to be Ocarina of Time is the best game, but I'm seeing more people saying Majora's Mask is a better game. It's very hard to tell, to be honest with you. I'm kind of more leaning towards Majora's Mask. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, but as these games stand, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are 2 of the best games of all time. I think these remakes are superior. I like the visuals better, the improvements. Ocarina of Time is like a boss rush mode, the only time you can actually go back to a boss in a Zelda game, which is something I wish they would do because the bosses are really good and I can never go back to play them unless I play the game again. But yeah, Ocarina of Time, man, it's just probably I'd say this is the best Zelda game to start out with, at least for 3D, and because I'd say Majora's Mask has a little bit of a skill curve going into it because of the time management thing. But yeah, Majora's Mask, another good one with the moon falling. You have 3 days to save Clock Town. Love Majora's Mask. All the different masks are good. The swimming is still kind of awkward, not gonna lie, but everything about this game is also amazing. These remakes are, in my opinion, superior. Both of these you can probably find for $20 to $30. $20 probably on the eShop. These games are amazing. Next up is for Zelda is 2D Zelda with The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. It's not the only 2D Zelda, but the only mainline 2D Zelda on 3DS, and wow, is this good. For someone who did not really play A Link to the Past growing up, I did come back to it eventually. It's actually a really good game. This game is way better, I'm sorry. It's so much better. I love the little painting mechanic where you can go into walls. It's so cool to see the different designs and dungeons they can do this with. The renting system, most people are not as fond with. I think it's cool. You can tackle any dungeon in any order now because of it. Even though, yeah, you can do that in Link to the Past after the first 3 dungeons, but we just won't speak of that. Link to the Past. I'm gonna skim over this as this was also my must-buys video, but yeah, you can probably find this for I'd say $20 and $20 on the eShop as well. Link Between Worlds is such a fantastic game. Moving on to the Super Smash Bros. Franchise, with the only game on 3DS being Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. At the time, this was the only handheld Smash game. Now you can play Ultimate on Switch handheld as well, so it's kind of not that amazing. At the time, there's kind of no reason to come back to this, but at the time, this game, I still come back to it every once in a while, but at the time, this game was so cool. It came out before Wii U, so this was the game everyone was playing first. Man, have I sunk a lot of time online into this game. I think it was called Smash Run, correct me if I'm wrong. The mode where you collected like items, and like the items from Kirby Era, I'm pretty sure that's what it was, I might be wrong. And then after you'd fight a bunch of people using those stats. There's also like the mode where like you go down different paths. Like I can't remember the names, it's been so long since I played this. But Smash for 3DS is so good. All the characters, was the first 3 Smash game to have DLC as well. I think the roster is really good. Obviously Ultimate exists now, but Smash 3DS is still a game you might want to check out. I'd say $20 physically, $20 on the eShop. Next, we're going to be moving on to the Kirby franchise, and that is with Kirby Triple Deluxe and Kirby Planet Robobot. Obviously, everyone says Planet Robobot is superior, and that is a fact. Fun fact, though, I have not actually beaten Robobot. I decided to beat Triple Deluxe first, and now looking back at it, it's probably not the best idea, but I will tell you that I played it through a few bit of Robobot, and I have enjoyed what I've played. I think the Robot armor is really cool. The levels of story with Hopman Corp and Suzy, I think, is really cool as well. I actually remember I did pick this up in 2016 when it came out. I'm pretty sure it was 2016, but I only played through a little bit of it, which was kind of sad, but I will come back to it eventually. I like all the new Kirby abilities. The Scientist, I'm pretty sure, is one. Poison. I'm trying to think. There's like a Ness reference one of them, I'm pretty sure. Amiibo work in this as well. There was Team Kirby Clash and Kirby's 3D Rumble, I'm pretty sure it was called, as the sub-games. Oh, but you can probably find this for now $100. I'm seeing it go for $100. It's crazy, honestly. $40 on the eShop though. And a Triple Deluxe, a game that came before. It's just classic Kirby. This is nothing really special. Its kind of mechanic is the Hypernova, which I'm not really a big fan of. It kind of just was a gimmick more than anything. It's not something that you can use in levels, like not for gimmicks. But the new copy abilities in this game are really cool. You have the Circus, Archer, Bell, Beetle. I honestly think that was it. I don't think there's any others that they're missing besides Hypernova as a copy ability. The final boss, I really like. All the bosses in general, I'm a big fan of. The mini bosses as well. The sub games in this game, I'm pretty sure it's DDD's Drum Dash and Kirby Fighters, which Kirby Fighters turned out, they all turned out to be their own spin-off series, but Kirby Fighters actually has more than one game in its series, which is really cool to see. The level design I love in this Kirby game, the keychains, everything about this. You can probably find this for $30 to $40, and it's $20 on the eShop. So Kirby Triple Deluxe is still an amazing game. It kind of gets overshadowed by Robobot. Next is with the Fire Emblem franchise, and that is with Fire Emblem Awakening and Fire Emblem Echoes. I do not have Fire Emblem Fates. I probably would have put it in this video if I played it. Heard it's not the best one out of these. I do think Echoes is superior to Awakening. I have not played much of Awakening though. I'm playing through it right now actually as we speak. Well, not as we speak, but you know, on the side. Both amazing games with, I find, addicting gameplay. I love the gameplay in Fire Emblem. The stories, I feel, are superior in Echoes. I love the story with Alm and Celica. Awakening, though, Chrom, I play as Robin. I didn't make my own character. I just did base Robin because I wanted to experience the game as playing as Robin. Both these games are amazing. Sadly, both of them are kind of expensive. I'd say Awakening is probably $50, and Echoes is probably still $40. They're a little bit on the expensive side of the Echoes, as I see here, does have Amiibo, which is pretty cool. 3 dungeons as well. Awakening has none of that. This is a remake though. Echoes is a remake of a Famicom, or it's either Famicom or Super Famicom. Yeah, I can't remember. Echoes and Awakening are still amazing games. They're so good. You have to play these. I didn't put any of these in my must-buy videos, which is a little bit surprising. I did put Echoes in my underrated video though. Next with the Tomadachi franchise, because yes, there is 2 games in this Tomadachi collection, and Tomadachi Life, the only one on 3DS. Holy crap, I could ramble about this game for probably an hour. That's how good this is. It's one of my favorite 3DS games. It used to be my favorite 3DS game for a long time, and that's honestly since it came out, before it got really popular as well. And like I think it was like 2016 everyone started playing this game. This game is amazing. I think I'm not playing it right now, but a few months ago I think I started my 12th or 10th. I think it was either 10th or 11th or 12th playthrough. Yeah, I played this game a lot. I usually reset my island for some reason because it gets kind of boring eventually. But man, the gameplay loop is really good. Where I put my family before anything. I put my family in, my friends, and then I start putting video game characters or just other characters from anything. But man, it's a funny game more than anything. You can't really take the game seriously for anything. But when you make your Mii, you can give them personalities that you don't actually get to choose, but you put the different stats, and the game will determine the personality. And they live on the island. They can have problems that you have to solve. They want to become friends with people if they're in love, or if they want to play a game, or if they're sad or sick. There's also different areas for you to go to, like the observation tower, the amusement park, the love tester, the food mart, the clothing shop, the hash shop, I'm trying to think, the pawn shop, the interior shop. It's probably a bit more the houses, the apartment building itself. But Tomadachi Life, when you have your Miis in it can get really funny, especially when like weird stuff starts to happen, like I don't even know, like your mom starts dating SpongeBob or something. It's a pretty weird game, but that's what makes it so enjoyable. You can probably find this for $20 to $40. It's kind of a weird range. I sometimes see it going for $20, sometimes see it for $40. You can probably find this for $20 on the eShop. Next is a standalone game, and that is Miitopia. I'm currently playing this for the second time. I have beat this before, and both times, it's even better the second time I'm playing it. It is so good. It's so unreal. I think it's just because it's a simplistic RPG. The actual gameplay itself, you end up probably using auto battle. If you hold B, you can speed the gameplay up a lot. That's honestly what I use. It'd be a very slow game if that wasn't a feature. I don't use auto battle though. I like actually going through the battles. Maybe it's also a very long game, by the way. It's like around, I think, 35 hours, which is kind of crazy for a game called Miitopia. But basically, you put your Miis as your warriors. You can have 4 in one party until the end. Then you can have like 10 in your party and 100 in some other building. Your Miis can have personalities, but you actually get to choose them, just like Tomadachi Life had personalities. Your Miis can become friends by putting them in the same room. Their relationship level grows. They unlock new moves that they can use together in battle. You give them different jobs, like here you see Mage, Cleric, and Cat. Every job has its own abilities. They can ask for clothing or different weapons and bananas, HP bananas, and MP candies to get more MP. MP used for special moves, or HP is their health. There's a lot. It's very simplistic. I'll give it that. It's very simplistic. But there's so much in this game. There's also the original soundtrack. I think it has like 300 songs, which is also pretty crazy. I love the music in this game. It's just so charming and enjoyable. I love just putting the Mii cast. It's so much fun. You're just going through Mii Central and seeing what people have created, like putting the genie as Will Smith. It's crazy stuff like that. Miitopia is just such an enjoyable game. And honestly, I'm so glad it came to Switch. More people need to play this. The Switch version is better, to be honest with you, but still the 3DS version is still really, really good. You probably find this one for $30 and $40 on the eShop. Ending this off is the Pokemon franchise. That's right, I did not forget you Pokemon fans out there. I am a Pokemon fan myself, and that is with Pokemon X and Y. Don't worry, this is not the only games on this. X and Y, why do I own both versions? First of all, it's because I like to waste money. Just kidding, that's kind of a joke, but I do like to own both versions. It's just something a collector inside of me needs. You don't need to just own one. Don't buy both versions if you're looking to just play this game. They're basically identical. They just have different legendaries. I think they're legendaries. I'm playing through X right now because I like Xerneas better. I forgot the name of this legendary. I probably should play Y eventually. I was playing through X. I sadly did not finish it. I think I'm almost done with X. But both of these games are really, really good. They're kind of on the easy side. I'd say these are probably the easiest Pokemon games. I guess they're easier than Sword and Shield, at least in my opinion. I think they're easier. They're still really good games, though. I feel like there isn't really a bad mainline Pokemon game, even though, yeah, some people might think Sword and Shield kind of sucks. I still think it's somewhat enjoyable. Same with these games, despite them being insanely easy, they're still really enjoyable. This went from Black 2 and White 2. which was 2D games pixelated, to 3D. All the Pokemon were in 3D now. It's basically that's all they really did, to be honest with you. There was also online though. There was like a service, man, back in the day where like you could talk with different people. But I think that's down now. But I think you can still trade, you can still battle. It's still just so good. The character models I'm not really a big fan of, but everything in X and Y is just really cool, and I love the Pokemon in Gen 6. Froakie, that's my boy right there. Froakie is the way to go. I love Gen 6. X and Y are games that I need to finish. I need to finish X like probably very soon. Don't know why I stopped playing it. So if you're looking for easy games, these are actually easy Pokemon games, and they're also still really good. You can probably find both of these for 30 to 35 bucks. Probably 40 on the eShop. Yeah, I'd say 40 on the eShop. Now the final games on this list are also in the Pokemon franchise, and that is Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. These games are, in my opinion, leagues above X and Y. They actually handle difficulty right. I know I said easy is not really a bad thing, but the difficulty in this game is really good. I love how the gyms are now, I think they're called trials, I don't know, I know it's not gyms. I honestly like that better. I feel like it's more original than just doing gyms. Again, more gym battles, more gym trainers. Pokemon Sun and Moon I do not own. I only own these games, but these are also could be on my favorites list. These are just better versions in my opinion, but these would also make the cut. They're very similar. You can honestly just get Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon go for 20 bucks, 40 on the eShop. These go for 40 and 40 on the eShop. So Sun and Moon is honestly a cheaper alternative. But if you're looking for the best experience, it's these games. Also, why do I own both? I have the same reason as X and Y. It's the collector inside me telling me to do it. But yeah, X and Y. I mean, not X and Y, sorry. Sun and Moon. I keep on now. I'm getting the names mixed up. I love Gen 7. I'm trying to remember. Oh man, I can't. Oh no, my memory. The Gen 7 starters are not coming back to me. I don't remember why I picked this game. It's been a while since I've played these. I'm pretty sure I beat Ultra Sun. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did, because I love these games. Oh yeah, Incineroar. That's not the starter. It's Decidueye. Oh yeah, okay. Rowlet. That's the starter I picked. Okay, Rowlet. Rowlet is the way to go as well in this game. I love Rowlet. I picked him again in Arceus. Yeah, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon though. I feel like the route design is better. The overall difficulty is what really pushed these games for me above X and Y. I feel like X and Y being a little bit too easy kind of brought it down a little bit, and having the difficulty returning to what I liked, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, is what I enjoy, and this is why I think these games are leagues above X and Y. Also, I love Solgaleo and Lunala. These forms are also even more sick. I love the legendaries of both these games. I'm eventually going to play Ultra Moon as well, because I think I beat Ultra Sun instead of Ultra Moon. These games are amazing. Like I said, both 40 physically and both 40 on the eShop. There you have it. These are my favorite games. These are, I guess you could say top 26, but like I said, in no particular order. These were ordering by franchises. And no, this is not my top franchises. I honestly don't really know where I got this order of franchises from, to be honest with you. This is not also a full collection. There's a lot of games that I have on my shelf right now that are 3DS that I did not play in this video. These are just the games that I feel like I enjoyed the most, and the others I kind of felt like fell behind a little bit. But yeah, this was it. This is all my favorite games. This took quite a while, I'm not gonna lie, because this was a lot of games. I actually do not know as right now how long this video is, to do this in different parts. I hope it's not too long, because I'm feeling that I kind of rambled on a bit more than I should have in a few games, and as I'm going right now, I'm making this video longer, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know what's next for this series. I'll eventually do a top 10, I'll eventually do a full collection video. I don't know if those are going to be next, I don't know if I'm going to do something in between. All I know is that next, I'll be doing my Wii U favorites, so look out for that for those of you that are watching the Wii U collecting series.